We see all the things about we can't play together, and everybody in the media is saying that one of us got to go, and we just had a talk about we both want to be here and we both want to figure it out. There's not many players like JB. The grass ain't always greener, but I think the most important thing is we both want it extremely bad.
The last year or so hasn't gone as expected, but I think a lot of the adversity that we're kind of going through now is just going to help us grow and get better in the future. And if we get over this hump and continue to learn, I think it's a lot of good basketball on the other side of this.
Is the Boston Celtics best path forward with these two?
Yes, it starts with these two because you haven't explored other alternatives yet. You have two guys entering their primes, and you have not had a good supporting cast around them, or a well-rounded supporting cast around them, I should say, for 2 straight seasons now. We saw what they can do when they have that supporting cast. They weren't obviously the main players, but that team is an Eastern Conference finalist. There has been a talent drain here for a couple years. Mm-hmm. Brad Stevens tried to replenish it in creative ways this offseason, and now you have to decide, okay, what's working here and what's not working, and make those tweaks accordingly. I'm curious, the motivation for these guys to come out and be this forthright about supporting each other and wanting to play together. Is that a sign that they want to send a message to maybe other people around the league being hey, we're not going anywhere, who wants to come here to help us for the off season, things like that? You wonder, there was obviously some thought put behind these comments.
It was encouraging to hear them say we're the core, we need to figure out the other pieces. So Brad Stevens might have some cap space, if Bradley Beal, I'm not going anywhere. Come hang out for a little bit. So maybe that is what they're trying to signal with that. But yeah, I think it's a good thing. I think it's good for, even if you're the most disgruntled Celtic fan, even if you do want to blow it up, it's probably refreshing to hear them come out and say it. But they got to get more talent. Like you said, there's been a talent drain here, and they've never really filled that back in. And the Jays always had the luxury of a Kyrie or a Gordon or a Kemba or whatever. They need to figure out ways to get those guys of those caliber